Добрый день! In this video we're speaking about the future tense. В этом видео мы говорим о будущем времени. If you remember, in the last video I used this slide to illustrate how the verb читать will change in the three tenses in different imperfective and perfective forms. So I kept the verb and put all the endings into this table. So now you know that the verb to read in Russian has two forms, imperfective читать and perfective прочитать. So when we use past tense, we do exactly the same thing to both forms. And we learned in Russian 111 that past tense is very easy. We go to the infinitive, either one, both of them, drop the infinitive ending t, the last two letters, and add l for a masculine word, la for a feminine word, lo, neuter, li, plural. So again, masculine doesn't mean it's a man. It can be a masculine inanimate noun, but we need to have a consonant at the end of that noun. La will be feminine again, animate or inanimate, doesn't matter, and so on. So the same endings for both imperfective and perfective verbs. Present tense. In Russian 111 we talked about two conjugations. So читать, прочитать, both are first conjugation verbs, and these are the endings that first conjugation verbs that are not exceptions use. And if we had second conjugation verb, then we would be using slightly different endings here, which again we know from Russian 111. Future tense is new. So for imperfective verbs, we're going to use two verbs. We're going to add an extra helping verb, the verb to be, быть. And we're going to put it into the right forms to match the subject. So out of these two verbs, the closest one to the subject is the one that's going to conjugate, and the second verb will always be in the infinitive form. So if you compare the endings, they're coming from the present tense. They're very similar. U and U are often a variation in the present tense, but everything else is the same. Again, U, U. And then after that, we just put the infinitive. So it's easy to memorize these verbs, and then once you know them, you just follow with any infinitive, and you have your future tense imperfective. So you can say я буду читать, я буду говорить, я буду работать, я буду обедать, я буду заниматься. So very easy to form. Perfective verbs, again, we're going back to the perfective infinitive. And then if you look at it, you will notice the same thing, that the endings are actually exactly the same as in the present tense that you already know, which makes it easy to remember because you already know them, hopefully. But you need to be clear about whether you're looking at present or future. So here we have this prefix pra that makes the verb perfective. And once you see that this is perfective verb, these endings will signal future. So something for you to sit with. So one more time. The endings that you already know for the present tense, they're used with imperfective verb to mean present, and they're used with perfective verbs to mean future. And then the helping verb in imperfective verbs uses similar endings here, but there are two verbs, so you know that this is imperfective future. So please compare, please see the patterns, similarities and differences. And then if you're wondering when do you need these forms and when do you need these forms, the difference between imperfective and perfective in the future is exactly the same as it was in the past. So we use imperfective regardless whether it's past or future or present for repeated actions, actions in progress, and perfective one-time actions, emphasis on the result. So if we go back to these pictures and put them into future and say the girl will be drawing in the future, she will be engaged in this activity. Она будет рисовать. She will be drawing. But if I'm talking about the time when the action will be finished, when there will be a result clearly present, then I will say нарисует. So нарисует is coming from here. Нарисует. Будет рисовать is coming from here. So please let me know if you have questions. Это все. До свидания.